Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today we're finna react to the surprising real story how 2Pac and Biggie actually met. This is by this one channel. They do like these animations. They do like these weird animations of like, they mainly cover like 2Pac stories, but I think they do cover other people's stories as well. But for right now, it's just gonna be 2Pac stories. So yeah, we probably gonna dig a little bit into the channel. I am still looking for Aaliyah content. I'm also looking for Jodeci content. I got some Jodeci content. I'm just too lazy to react to it. But I'm definitely gonna get into some more content of certain artists. I'm probably gonna start digging into Prince a little bit more. I wanna learn a little bit more about Prince. Prince is a very interesting person, and I would love to go over some of his stuff. We will get back into some Michael Jackson stuff in the near future as well. Just wait on it, you know what I'm saying? Right now we still dealing with our decade music series. We're trying to see who's the best decade. I can tell you right now, the 90s will definitely not be making that. Will definitely be at the bottom of the barrel. But we got that going on right now. But I think today is gonna be the day we're gonna take a break from it. We'll come back to it. But yeah, let's get into this though. Surprising real story how 2Pac and Biggie actually met. So this is how they actually met. The real story. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
It's 1993. Regular day on the block for Biggie and his crew. Getting off the rocks to the local junkies. They do whatever it takes to make a quick buck, even being stick-up kids if they need to. There were small-time hustlers nickel and diming their way to the top. But Biggie was growing tired of struggling in the streets. Living in poverty with his single mother, he dreamed of becoming a major hip-hop MC and found music as a way to make it out the hood legit. He just dropped his new song, Party and Bull, which was released on the soundtrack for the major movie, Who's the Man? Even with it gaining some local success, it did not transfer into any real money for him. He was currently signed and managed by Puff Daddy. Who, after being let go of his previous position with a major label, he just started his own label, Bad Boy Entertainment, with Biggie signed as one of his first artists. But he wasn't established yet, with money coming in to be cutting any checks to his struggling artists, leaving Biggie to fend for himself in the streets of Brooklyn, hopefully until Puffy breaks him into the industry. On the other hand, 2Pac is enjoying fame and success, just finishing up shooting his movie called Poetic Justice with the beautiful pop star Janet Jackson. His recent album, Strictly for My just recently went gold with 2 major hits, Keep Your Head Up and I Get Around, playing on all the radio stations with music videos on TV as well. While promoting his new movie in Atlanta with movie director John Singleton, he came across Big's song, Party and BS, immediately fell in love with it, and will go on playing it every day for weeks. 2Pac also just finished up hosting Rap City, and is back home in LA working on his new album with his rap group, Thug Life. It just so happens at this same time, Puffy flew Biggie, his stylist Groovy Lou, and one of his label interns, Dan Smalls, out to LA to do some promo for Big's music. He put them up in a nice Sheraton hotel and rented 2 convertible Mustangs for them to get around in. This was a big deal to a kid from Brooklyn to fly from the block all the way to LA, so Big was feeling himself, excited to visit all the local hot spots like Roscoe's and Fatburger, but he told Dan he really wants to meet 2Pac, who he knew was living out in California. They found a connect to get some bud while in town, and it just so happened by a strike of luck, the dealer had a number for 2Pac, and they immediately called Pac, who answers. Surprised to see it was Big calling him, Pac tells him how much he liked his song, Party and BS, and tells Big to meet up with him where he's at, and Big agrees. Hops in his car and pulls up at the hotel where 2Pac told him to meet him at. As soon as they pull in, they see 2Pac. Also with him is Greg Nice from the group Nice and Smooth. Big pulls up, and everyone was surprised how Pac and Big both instantly hit it off. They related in many ways, even with them both being Geminis. It seemed their friendship came so easy. 2Pac asked them, what's their plan for the rest of the day? Big looks at Dan as if to say, cancel everything we got planned cause we rolling with Pac. And 2Pac invites them to his house in LA. To their surprise, as soon as they enter, Tupac pulls out the biggest, greenest bag of broccoli they'd ever seen. It breaks it down so everyone can roll their own joints. While everyone is rolling, he throws on a beat for them to smoke to. Out of nowhere, Tupac, Biggie, and Greg Nice form a cipher, freestyling back and forth. Dan and Groovy Lou was mesmerized by the moment, feeling like this was real hip-hop on full display. And after the freestyle session, Pac goes to a room and comes back with a duffel bag full of every gun you could imagine. First, everyone's stripped out, but Pac tells them they aren't loaded and everyone can pick what they want. With the music playing, drinking, smoking, strapped up, everyone was having a good time and really just enjoying the moment. That's when Tupac heads to the kitchen. No one knew for what, but they could smell something good was cooking in the kitchen. After some time, next they hear Pac yell, "Yo, come get it." When they walk in the kitchen, Pac had plates made for everyone with the juiciest, fattest steaks, some French fries, garlic bread, topped with the glass of red Kool-Aid. With the buzz and drinks flowing, everyone felt like they were in heaven. From this point on, whenever they were in town together, Pac and Big were inseparable. Even had nicknames for each other. Big called Pac Duke, and Pac called Big by his first name, Christopher. Big flew back to New York, told his crew about his time in LA with Tupac, and all his homies couldn't believe it. And the two continued to keep in touch. Tupac would check up on him, and Big would call Pac for advice about the industry as well. The next time they saw each other, Tupac flew to New York for the premiere of Poetic Justice. As soon as he arrived in town, he hit up Biggie to link up. Biggie was with his crew on his block, Fulton Street, when they noticed a white limo pulls up. Everyone was surprised, wondering who's passing through the hood in a limo, and even more surprised when they see Tupac hop out. Even more shocked to see him just hang out like one of the homies on the corner. Big introduces him to everyone, including his junior mafia crew. Sees his young fine chick, Pac asks Big, "Who is she?" And Big made it clear that Kim was his, which Pac respected. Fans were in disbelief to see Tupac, the music and movie star, full decked out in his jewelry, Rolex, chains, ring, just hanging on the block in the hood. But most importantly, Big's crew knew, from what Biggie told them, Pac was known to keep that big bag of that fresh green broccoli, which he pulls out and starts breaking it down to all Big's homies. At some point, Big confides to Tupac about his frustrations with the industry and how he is close to quitting to hit the streets full time, tired of waiting on Puffy. Even worse, he got a daughter on the way, so he needs to get his money right quickly. So Tupac decides to take him under his wing and started letting him perform at his shows, making sure he got paid for it too. Even a few days later, after the Poetic Justice premiere, Tupac had a show at the Palladium and brought Big out to perform with him. To get a cosign from one of the biggest artists like Tupac did a lot for Big's image in New York. And when everyone heard him rap on stage, they were amazed by his flow and wordplay, and could sense he had talent different than most rappers coming up. Now, being a part of Pac's entourage, it was a matter of time before he became known all around New York. And after the performance, Pac took Big with him to the after party at Club Amazon to party the rest of the night. Other rappers were there too, like Nas and Redman, and to capture the moment, someone took this picture of all of them together. At this time, Puffy kept Biggie busy as well in the studio, creating songs preparing for his first album. Biggie mainly liked the hardcore tracks, but Puffy kept pushing some softer songs which Big wasn't feeling initially, so he would confide to Pac for advice whenever frustrated. And Pac would tell Big, "You need to make music for the females too," and told him the formula to a complete album so he could understand Puff's ideas better. They continued to hang out from attending Wesley Snipes' birthday party in New York, which was when Big was shocked when he found out Pac was smashing one of the biggest superstars in the world, Madonna.
That's why Pac the GOAT, nigga.
Another special event that was actually recorded was when Big Daddy Kane was performing in Madison Square Garden and wanted to make it a special night for New York, so he invited a bunch of rappers to attend, which led to an epic freestyle cypher, including Biggie and Tupac on stage. While everyone gave dope performances, Tupac had some extra words for the crowd.
But a million niggas will want this motherfucking country. I mean, you want this motherfucker. Just like it's niggas in New York, it's niggas in Texas, it's niggas in Oakland, We'll all rip this whole motherfucker.
Though Pac lived in LA, he was back in New York for an extended period to film a new movie called Above the Rim. With him spending more time in New York, it became regular for Big to open up for 2Pac at his shows. They both became even closer, so much so that when Big felt things were moving too slow with Puffy, he asked 2Pac to manage him instead. But Pac told him to be patient, stick with Puffy, he will make you a star. They both did agree that Big would join his Thug Life group and eventually recorded 3 songs together called House of Pain, Let's Get It On, and Running From the Police. In the studio, Pac even played Big his songs that he was working on for his upcoming 3rd solo album that he was gonna title either Me Versus the World or Crucified, planning on dropping it after his Thug Life group album. To support Big and Puffy, 2Pac even did a promo for them at one of Big's featured shows, with everyone rocking black shirts that read, I'm a bad boy, even shouting the label out at his shows. On a few occasions, Puffy even made a pitch to sign 2Pac to Bad Boy, but he declined, since he had a good relationship with Jimmy Iovine and felt he was taken care of at Interscope.
Pac would have got robbed.
Whenever Big visited LA,
Hey, if Pac would have got robbed by Diddy for his masters, his publishing and all that, Diddy would probably be the one in the casket right now. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
he would stay at Pac's place, and whenever 2Pac was in New York, they would check up on each other. Things eventually started to pick up for Bad Boy Entertainment that Puffy now changed to Bad Boy Records, with Craig Mack's first release and Puffy's success working with Mary J. Blige, helping Biggie be featured on some popular remixes like What's the 411, getting Big closer to finally releasing his own album. 2Pac's schedule became increasingly busier, with him fighting several cases in multiple states, even having to do a 15-day bid from assault charges pressed against him from the movie directors, the Hughes brothers. So the two weren't able to get together as much as before, and one of the last times was when Pac attended Puffy's birthday celebration, and they both wished each other the best regardless, and remained in touch even up until that fateful night on November 30th, 1994 at Quad Studios. And this one night would drastically change their relationship forever, and would also change the landscape of hip-hop genre as a whole. You do not want to miss the next videos, so make sure you subscribe and support the channel. And also, check out my other videos that I put a lot of work into as well. And as always, thank you for your time and support.
Alrighty, man. So that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. That's pretty dope how they met up, man. You know, that's crazy though. How could Biggie have a song that was popular and Puffy was wasting? Yo, Puffy was probably one of the worst. It's probably gotta be one of the worst. Puffy gotta be one of the worst managers to ever fucking exist. He has to be. How do you have a song that's getting played in fucking Atlanta of all places, and you not getting big on tour and shit like that? How what's the hold up? How are you holding this man hostage like this? Yo, Puff was a terrible fucking manager when it came to his artists. But anyways though, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out. Okay, you're in. Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94. Oh shit, I could have sworn I stopped recording.